Welcome back, CTR. I was gonna tell you about Houston. Boy, I even dread talking about it, man. That was a rough trip. We were taking DoubleShot to Houston, right? Well, it starts a little earlier than that. I tried to sell this car, and everybody tire kicked and come and seen it, man. I mean, I had hundreds of people show up. Thousands of people call, leaving messages. It was horrendous, man. I mean, I just wore out with it. I was like, the hell with it. I'm putting the interior in it. I'll finish the car. So I did. I mean, I had most of the interior made down at my upholstery shop, and I went to installing it. And about 8 o'clock that night, a few days before the end of the year, I had the interior in it. Had the headliner in it, the carpet in it, the seats in it. Had the window garnishments all painted and everything still hanging there. I needed to tuck the headliner and attach it. Had all the new wind lace in it. And a guy calls me about 8 o'clock in the morning. This is 8 o'clock at night. I've got to tuck the headliner and put the window garnishments back in it. And the guy calls me and says, I'll take that car if you'll take the interior out of it. I want tan leather. I'm like, really? It's got black and white Del Rey that's brand new. Yeah, I just want tan leather. So I did. I took the stuff back out and loaded it at 8 o'clock in the morning. I take it all back out in a few hours and loaded on a trailer and took me a nap. And about midnight, I head out to go to Texas. Houston, Texas. Well, we start down the road about midnight and things are going well. Until they weren't. And we made it just about this side of Texarkana, and we got some bad gas, and they were doing road construction just out of this world. I mean, just blasting the road. I think we ruined a belt and a tire because the road was just nothing but potholes, and there was no warning, nothing. You just drop onto it at 70 miles an hour into this mess. But when I got it slowed down, I'm like, man, I just know this car's jumped off the trailer. I better pull in a gas station. I got a half tank of gas. I fill up with gas, get a little breakfast, and it's just about daylight. So I made her nearly to Texarkana, Texas from Gainesville, Missouri. And we pull in this little gas station, this little mom and pop shop on the corner, and it ain't got much room for the trailer anyway. I wheel into the gas pump, stuff her full, and go in. They don't have anything to eat for breakfast. So I get me a cold Mountain Dew, and I get back in the truck, and I'm thinking, boy, I could use something to eat. And nothing to eat for a while. We take off down the road, and things are still going well until they weren't. Yeah. We got about a half a load of water and rust out of their tank. I guess when they was working on the road construction, they'd shook the crap out of them tanks and it just stuffed the fuel pump full. So now instead of running 60 and 70 down the road, we're running 35 and 45 most of the way. Sometimes we could really get her up to about 52. And we get on into a little farther and a little farther, and man, it's the longest trip ever, and it's trying to rain off and on, and we finally make it to Houston and just wore out. I mean, I'm pushing its guts out to run 50 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour most of the way. Putting that premium gas in there, trying to give it all the help I can. We get to Houston and we're about 6 lanes wide, and I'm somewhere in the middle, and it just dies in the middle of the road. I mean, just dies. And we're only running about 35 everybody else is doing 80 all the way around us, both sides, all the Mercedes Benzes. And I think there's an exit ramp. And we were popular. I mean, everybody waved at us. They all knew we were there. CTR was at Houston, Texas, and they was all giving us the flag. So we coast down this off ramp into this truck stop just by chance. And there's a wire broke. I guess it's just shook the truck to death all the way down there, and it broke a wire to the mass airflow sensor. So I figure out what it is after about 30 minutes, get it patched back together, and it's running again. And it won't run much over 25, 30 miles an hour. I mean, it's really sick. By now, the old fuel pump's about done. If we can get this car off the back of this thing, maybe we can, you know, get on up the road somewhere and we'll get a motel and put a fuel pump in it tomorrow, whatever. Well, we just about 90 miles from where we're going, so we took every pig path, outer road, beltway across Houston, Texas, and we met people. Buddy, did we meet people. All the people. Here we are, a 4-door Chevy truck, all lifted on 20s, with a turquoise and white 55 Chevy Bel Air on a trailer in Houston, Texas, in every back road, suburb, neighborhood. I mean, every hood there was to go to. And everybody loved us because we was holding up traffic. Don't like the car, but I don't think they was real fond of old CTR. But we finally made it down there, and we got this old boy's car delivered. His name's George Jenkins, and if he sees this, and I told you I'd try and get you some more pics, there you go, it's on his video. But we didn't change a fuel pump. We went and got one when we got the car unloaded and got some weight off of it. It'd run 50 miles an hour without too much struggle, and we just kept pouring the premium gas to it. We had the tools and the parts, and we just come on back to Missouri. We stopped at a motel. I don't even know where we was at, but somewhere outside of Houston for sure. We stopped right next to a Buc-ee's. Them places got their own zip codes, maybe 2 or 3 of them. There ain't nothing bigger than a Buc-ee's. I don't even care. There was probably 7 Dollar Generals in that thing somewhere if you'd looked hard enough. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna talk about our little trip to Houston with DoubleShot for now. Did you ever catch me out? Just have me tell you the whole story. CTR, I'm out. I don't know where we're at. Somewhere about 100 miles from Texarkana. As far as I know, we're still in Arkansas. We ain't in Texas yet.
Where are we going?
Houston. That's what the man said. Breakfast of champions. Hard-boiled eggs from the Luz.
Yummy. I don't know. Take a guess.
Speed limit 75 through here. It's so rough you can't run over about 60. Good thing we're driving the old shit box. This thing's about 2 steps below the shit box truck.
We're still in Texas. I think it's Wednesday.
The saga continues.
We think GPS may be lying to us.
Continue on West Texas 7.
But we do not have a car behind us any longer.
Tell me we're no longer in motherfucking Texas.
Hey, guess what? We're still in Texas.
Fuck.
Where are we at?
I don't know.
We're still in Texas.
Yeah, we on US 59.
Still in Texas. Looky there.
more taxis. I'm done.
Not gonna miss it?
Not even one bit.